Good morning. Thanks for reading the Bible with me. As you can see, I am here at the gym, pre-workout. I can say that because I haven't worked out yet, and who knows, maybe one day I will. This gym is used pretty much exclusively by my son and husband. I'm just using it because it's a quiet place where I can record quickly without bugging anybody. So please don't be impressed by any of this. So we are looking today at Luke 14, chapter 14, verses 7 to 14. Matthew, Mark, Luke. Here we go. When Jesus noticed how the guests picked the places of honor at the table, he told them this parable. When someone invites you to a wedding feast, do not take the place of honor, for a person more distinguished than you may have been invited. If so, the host who invited both of you will come and say to you, "Give this man your seat." Then, humiliated, you will have to take the least important place. But when you're invited, take the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he will say to you, "Friend, move up to a higher place." Then you will be honored in the presence of all your fellow guests, for everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Then Jesus said to his host, "When you give a luncheon or dinner, do not invite your friends, your brothers, or your relatives, or rich neighbors. If you do that, they might invite you back, and so you'll be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed. Although they cannot repay you, you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." This passage feels a lot like an etiquette column, if that's even a thing anymore. Jesus gives some good advice for avoiding embarrassment at a party. He follows it up by suggesting that we should be more benevolent when we make our guest lists. This seems like a pretty random thing for Luke to record. I had all but decided to skip through and attach it to the next section when I got to thinking. Jesus is always preparing us for the kingdom of God. He doesn't waste words. So why is this here? Here's my best guess. Jesus is taking the opportunity to highlight some of the things that are priorities in the kingdom of God. The culture in which Jesus lived, much like our own, esteemed power, privilege, and honor. The people seated around the table with Jesus wanted to be invited to all the right parties. They wanted to be seen with all the right people. What I think Jesus was trying to show them is that their focus was themselves. And that's not how the kingdom works. In God's kingdom, we're there for one another. We want to see others grow and thrive. Most of all, we want to see Jesus lifted up and worshipped on the throne of heaven. When we serve one another in humility and without concern for ourselves, when our deepest joy is found in Jesus being honored for who he is, that is when we most freely and purely experience the kingdom of heaven. Jesus wants us to experience glimpses of his kingdom right now. He explains, "Let others be given greater honor. Bless those who can't repay you. You are a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. What greater honor could anyone seek?" I see a little peek into the heart of the Father as well. What kind of behavior elevates a person in God's eyes? For what does God reward the members of his kingdom? For respecting and blessing the poor, the disadvantaged, the disabled. When you give genuine love to those who can't reward you, you make God smile. And that's kind of cool. Have a great day.